Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri 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 Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. God must be the sole aim of every observance. Take up an observance which will lead you to God, the Eternal, and keep it with all your heart and soul. Keep the body busy with your duty and the mind related to Him. That is the true way to propitiate Him and achieve freedom from the painful cycle of life and death. Be ever contented and never for a moment lose awareness of Him. Be ever contented and never for a moment lose awareness of Him. Be sure that this will bring His blessings on you. Keep the divine name ever on your tongue. Keep the divine name ever on your tongue. And awareness of Him ever in mind. Keep the divine name ever on your tongue and awareness of Him ever in mind. Let your conduct never swerve from what is right and clean, and maintain purity in thought and feeling. Rest assured that if you do this much, Rama will bless you. Experience this for yourself. So life should be ever contented and never for a moment lose awareness of Him. So never fail to feed a visitor. Never turn away anyone in need of food. Never fail to feed a visitor. Never turn away anyone in need of food. If you learn always to ascribe all doership to Rama, you will never be found wanting in any respect. One who believes that everything happens by his will, that he is the ultimate source of everything. One who believes that everything happens by his will, that he is the ultimate source of everything, there is nothing that you need to be afraid of. So we should always believe, Papa always says, everything happens by his will alone and for the ultimate good, which we may not be aware. That he is the ultimate source of everything. There is nothing that you need to be afraid of. True, imperturbable contentment will be yours. If you see Rama and his hand in everything, so each and everything we should see his hand. It is his power. His hand means his power which is working through all. To everything that happens to you or to the world, be an impartial, unconcerned, dispassionate witness. Usually we get involved. To everything that happens to you or to the world, be an impartial, unconcerned, dispassionate witness. Entertain nothing but God in your heart of hearts. Entertain nothing. That means no other thought except God thought. The Shastras say clearly that all physical happenings are but the result of past action. The Shastras say clearly that all physical happenings are but the result of past action. But man rarely credits this sincerely. Ceaselessly utter the Lord's name and fill your heart with love for Him to the exclusion of all other thought. Ceaselessly utter the Lord's name, constantly, continuously, and fill your heart with love for Him to the exclusion of all other thought. Maintain this with your determination. God will certainly back you up in this resolve. Never for a moment be without Nama. I urge you with all sincerity. So if we hold on to Nama continuously, so God will take care of us. It is the body amide, feeling, that is the source of all mental agony. Me and mental, this is me. I always identify myself with the body, which I am not. It is the body amide, feeling that is the source of all mental agony. The only way to purge the mind of this feeling is to resort to Namasmarana with a sincere love. How to get rid of this body idea is to hold on to the Namasmarana. That will free us from this me and my clutches. The only way to purge the mind of this feeling is to resort to Namasmarana with a sincere love. Namasmarana will undoubtedly lead you to Rama, provided you are absolutely sincere about it, not lip mechanical. So you should be sincere. Give up all thought of self and give yourself up to the cosmic soul. One who is absorbed in the holy name will lose all awareness of pleasure and pain and will forever live in joy. So, pair of opposites, we will not get affected. The need for a guru. The need for some kind of guide or guru is often felt even in this obvious everyday world. How then can we dispute need for a guru in the abstract and unknown field of spiritual knowledge? One who has had to bear the ups and downs of fortune and has failed to discover genuine contentment in his life alone will earn for someone to guide him, will honestly look for a guru. The need for a guru arises only for him who knows the bitter side of life. Then only we turn to guru, otherwise we don't go. We think, yeah, this is okay, let it continue. So only that person will know. The need for a guru arises only for him who knows the bitter side of life. One who finds for guidance is a worthy disciple. He who becomes aware of his own ignorance and incapacity can alone be really in search of a guru. So first we should identify we are ignorant. We don't know the things. Identify. One who finds for guidance is a worthy disciple. So that means God arranges once we really find from the heart. He who becomes aware of his own ignorance and incapacity can alone be really in search of a guru. A person may argue that he does not follow the wrong or forbidden path and does repeat the Lord's name and therefore needs no guru. The answer is that even so, he does need a guru to preclude the rise of the feeling of doership in sadhana itself. Because even a trace of such feeling strikes at the very root of spiritualism. Indeed, spiritualism means acknowledging God as the sole power and doer. So even though following righteous path, and everything is there, but still the feeling of doership also will take up away from God. So that's why Papa used to say, even when you chant, so when you are chanting also you should know it is that power of God who is seated within you in the form of life is making you to chant. So that's why Ramatirtha always quotes Papa's books also. Oh Lord, I remembered you because you remembered me first. So we are able to remember because He remembered us. That's why we remembered Him. Who can be called a true disciple? One who genuinely finds to find God and treats the Guru as the sole means to attain God. He thinks of the Guru as his religion, his all in all, and never transgresses the Guru's command, committing himself entirely to the Guru's care. Endless are the Shastras and the Vedas. The length of human life and capacities are too limited to cope with them and grasp their teaching. The Sadguru, the saints, have given us their cream in the form of Nama as the sadhana. So Vedas, Shastras, it is difficult for us to understand, go through all those, but Guru, he brings in a small pill, nutshell, all the Shastra put together in the form of Nama sadhana. So if we assiduously apply ourselves to Nama, love for God is bound to arise. Let us take to it and live happily. True service to the Guru. What after all is the object of meditation, prayer, religious mortification, rules, sacrifices, etc.? What after all is the object of meditation, prayer, religious mortification, rules, sacrifices, etc.? The attainment of God or Guru. If He Himself comes to you, where is the need for all the effort of sadhanas? If He Himself comes to you, where is the need for all the effort of sadhanas? Not only is all that not required, but if undertaken, it may only lead to pride of doership. Not only is all that not required, but if undertaken, it may only lead to pride of doership, which will actually injure the purpose. Now that you have submitted to Guru, accept with gladness whatever happens, treating everything as he is doing and will. That is the only biggest thing we all fail to do. No? Actually, that is enough. We don't have to do anything. Guru, once we have Guru. Now that you have submitted to Guru, accept with gladness whatever happens, treating everything as he is doing and will. See my hand in everything that happens, everything you do. That is what Lord says. What do you think is real devotion to the Guru? What do you think is real devotion to the Guru? It does not consist only in bodily services, but in implicit obedience to him. Of those who come to me, most have in their mind some worldly object, like financial betterment, a child, cure from illness, and so on. Whoever goes to a saint, they won't ask God. First, so many worldly objects. In fact, they come not to serve, but to be served. Not to serve, but to be served. You should come not for having a worldly desire fulfilled, but to seek the true fruition of human life. So we should not go to a guru just to our desires to be fulfilled, wants to be fulfilled. We should go only to have God. Occasionally, I may grant a little of what a disciple desires, but it may be only like beginning a child with candy to make it take a medicine. So before medicine, a sweet thing, something they will give so that it will be bitter. They will be able to take. Like that, Guru may grant some desires to attract. That you ascribe omniscience to me is only superficial. If it were honest, you would take care to do nothing underhand or sinful. Only he who has completely identified himself with me can really feel that I am truly omniscient. Surrendering yourself to the Guru implies, nay, necessities that your mind completely merges with mine. If you achieve that you are in effect with me, even if you are physically away at a distance, I would like you to be free and frank with me, like a child with its mother. I would like you to be free and frank with me, like a child with its mother. Open your heart to me. What trouble and expense you bear to come here to meet me. And yet, when you return home, you go with empty hands. And it is this that pains me most. What you have really to pick up from me is love for God. When we go to saying, we think that we should get this, we should get that, and all. It is nothing but we should empty ourselves and then fill with love. What you have really to pick up from me is love for God, and this is what you cannot obtain elsewhere. Elsewhere you get any worldly objects and worldly things, but God's love you will get only with a saint or a guru. True relief from the toils of prapancha can only come from namasmarana. Relief from the toils of prapancha, that is world, can only come from namasmarana. He who wants to meet me, be with me, must come with the utmost regard for nama. Indeed, to love me is to love nama. Bhagavan Nama Smarana, so much of importance is here. What the Sadguru does for the disciple? What does the Guru do in reality? He asks you to wipe the dust off the face of the mirror, to cleanse the mind. He makes us aware of our misconceptions and mistakes. If a man dreams that he is drowning in a tank, he shouts for help. He becomes quiet when he is woken. Woken. The Guru wakes us up from our painful dream of ignorance and makes us aware of the reality. In dream, no, we may be, but once we wake up, no, that will not be there. So Guru is like he wakes up from that ignorance. Only he can be said to have truly found a Sadguru who feels that he has reached the end of his quest and that there is nothing more to be achieved. A man in good worldly circumstances may feel there is nothing more to be desired, but there is no real respite for a mind which continues to hover and hanker after one worldly thing and another. Mind, we think, I have everything, but still, something will be there. You may own a motor car, but if it is without a proper driver, it may run into trouble. Even a simple bullock cart cannot be driven by a raw noise, even if he owns it. Man conducts his worldly affairs without proper guidance and lands himself into trouble. Man conducts worldly affairs without guidance, proper guidance, and lands himself into trouble. If you place the Sadguru at the helm, he steers you safely, clear up all obstructions. All you have to do is to keep yourself constantly absorbed in consciousness of God and rest carefree with trust in the Guru. Then you will be protected by him from danger. You will come to realize that whatever you are destined to get will automatically come, no more, no less. And this will eventually destroy all desire to have or not to have. Thereby, you will realize that everything happens by divine will and dispensation. This will give you complete contentment. But all this can only happen if you are pure at heart. Sincerely we should ask for it. Sincerely we should pray. Human body is an instrument for realizing God. The saints caution us if we happen to follow the wrong path and show us the proper way. The saints caution us if we happen to follow the wrong path and show us the proper way. They always remain in the ecstasy of the awareness of God, always thinking of Him and talking of Him. True, lasting joy is obtained only by those who see everything as part of God's sport, God's leela. Whatever is happening around us, it is God's sport. That we sow a single seed of corn and reap an year's harvest. Is this not an evidence of God's mercifulness of sportiveness? In essence, we have in us all that God is and has. We have the divine spark in us, no less than Maruti had. Only He fully developed it, whereas we smothered it. Let us therefore hold Him as our ideal, His continence, devotion and service to Rama, and way of obliging others. These characteristics we should try to imitate and imbibe. Maruti lives for all time. One with the proper degree of faith is still seen. He viewed all creation as the image of Rama. Hanumanji, he has viewed, he has seen all creation as a form of Rama. It is this that true devotion seeks to achieve. When devotion reaches the degree where one forgets oneself, the devotee will find his abstract ideal take shape and assume life. Whenever Whenever thinking of or doing anything, ask yourself whether God will approve of it. Anything we think or do, we should ask ourselves whether God will approve this, my thinking or my action. To feel thus at all times is what devotion seeks to achieve. When you attain the conviction that God is the doer and dispenser of everything, that He is your well-wisher and support, then everything that comes or happens will be meekly accepted as His will, and complete contentment will result. This contentment and the joy it brings surpass all other kinds of wealth. There should be a veritable fountain of joy in your heart, so that anyone who has a mood of cheerfulness should seek our company to drive away that mood. Worldly riches can be given away and exhausted. Worldly riches can be given away and exhausted. But joy is a thing that improves by giving. If you go on give joy, it increases, no? A joyous nature is indeed a divine gift. Man is endowed with the invaluable faculties of a logical mind, a discerning intellect, and a highly capable speech for communication of thoughts and ideas. But we abuse these gifts, employing them for obtaining bodily pleasures and sentimental gratification, instead of directing them to the attainment of God. In our own interest, we should desist from this misapplication and employ these faculties in the service of devotion to God. Narrate your problems to Sri Rama. I would urge you to persist in your spiritual quest with a firm faith that this quest is for your true ultimate good. Do not mind the cavils and quibbles of disbeliefs. God is infinite, limitless in every way, and the quest for Him is bound to be obvious. Your spiritual strength must be of a high order if you desire to attain Him. We certainly possess the potentiality to acquire that strength, even if we do not have it today. Gradual heightening of devotion gives the strength, and ceaseless namasmarana is the correct means to acquire it. Trust Rama as your kith and kin. Trust Rama as your kith and kin. Narrate freely to Him your woes and worries. Think of Him as your confidant. Treat Rama as your kith and kin. Narrate freely to Him your woes and worries. Think of Him as your confidant. Stand before Him at least once a day in utter surrender. Sharanagati Bhavana. You will then pass the day in the joy of your faith and think lightly of worries. So you won't get affected. Things will be there as it is supposed to be, but we don't get affected. So forget everything, surrender unreservedly to Him and pray for His grace. Say to Him, O Lord, I can see You only superficially, not essentially. I am full of defects and sin. The degree of my devotion is but small. Forgive me. I pray You, and utterly unworthy as I am, mercifully accept me as Yours. Difficulties and calamities may come as a result of my prarabdha. I shall face them cheerfully with Your name as my sheet anchor. Please stand by me and see that my contentment and my faith in Your name remain unimpaired. That is how we should pray. We may fail, we may forget. God is omnipresent. He is therefore with everyone, but is only perceptible if the faith is impregnable. One who possesses such faith is always confident of God's support. God is present. He is therefore with everyone. How do we understand God? Papa says, God is not an entity. It is a subtle and mysterious power. One power expressing through all names and forms. He is seated in everybody's heart as indwelling reality inside, as all-pervading reality outside. Expression form is for common person to understand this. Papa says, God is expressing in the form of life principle in everybody's heart. When life is there, all activities are going on. It's not only in me, in every living being. So God is there in everyone, with everyone, but is only presentable if the faith is impregnable. One who possesses such faith is always confident of God's support. Two ways are open to man: faith and self-experience. Faith is like a foot track, short and direct. The path of experience is circuitous, like a motorway. Just as progress is marked in case the vehicle breaks down, or if there is an obstruction on the way, anything that goes wrong in the path of experience holds up progress. The common man should walk with perfect, undoubting faith in the words of the Sadguru and take to Namasmarana with affection and unquestioning trust. There is a trust and faith. There are two things. We all have faith, but in trust we don't have. What is the difference? Swamiji used to share. One analogy he used to use. In circus, no? There is one rod or some rope or something they will keep. They will walk from this end to that end, the person. So once in the circus, the person was walking from one end to another end. So he came one end to another end. He asked, all of you are confident of my walking? They said, yes, we have seen, yes. Then he wanted to take the child on his shoulders and walk. So he walked with his child. Then everybody was clapped and they were over-thrilled and they said, oh, so nice. Then he asked, now do you believe, do you have trust that I will walk from this end to that end, with the child on my shoulder? They said, why not? Yes, we all believe. Then he said, okay, can you give your child? And none, silence, nobody came forward. We are like that, we have faith. Faith is there, but trust means difficult. They did not give their child, they just kept quiet. They have seen him, but still trust was not there. Swami used to share this. So it's like that. So we should develop unquestioning trust. Whatever is happening, it is that power which is there in everybody is working. But most of the time it is difficult to accept it. Establishing God's name as a means of liberation is the greatest obligation which the saints have conferred on humanity. You should feel the support of the Guru. We must face any situation that arises with an undaunted, unaffected mind. We must face any situation that arises. It may be positive or negative. With an undaunted, unaffected mind. But usually, mind gets agitated. We get affected. The mind is unmoved by any extraneous thing or circumstances if it remains absorbed in contemplation of God. If the mind is contemplating on God, thinking of God, Namasmarana is going on, the mind won't get affected by outer circumstances, whatever is going on. The mind is unmoved by any extraneous thing or circumstance if it remains absorbed in contemplation of God. We can achieve this by dint of study practice, but without worrying about it. Think lovingly of God, leave your case to His able shoulders, and keep your mind in unperturbed restfulness, joyfulness. If we leave, we will be okay, but we don't leave completely, then we take it on us, then we start thinking, then we go through agitation, so many things we learn. Think lovingly of God, leave your case to His able shoulders, because it is He who is taking care of us. There was another analogy also. Once one man was walking on the seashore. Beach road, every day he used to go for a walk. So God used to come with him, both of them used to talk and walk. Many days were going on like that. One day, he had lot of problem in life. So much of misery was undergoing. So that day when he went for walk, he saw only his footprints while walking. Only 2 footprints of me were there. He thought, see, we thought worldly people will leave us when we are in trouble. Whereas God, they say, is so compassionate and all. When I am in real trouble and I need help, then God also, like others, He left. Then he went and questioned God. Oh Lord, you are with me every day when I was happy. When I am in trouble, I saw only my footprints. Then Lord answered, oh my dear child, when you are happy, I was walking with you. When you are in trouble, I lifted you and I am walking. It is my footprints. So that is how God will be always with us. But only thing is we should have that mindset, trust. So that's why we should leave everything to Him and be free. Think lovingly of God, leave your cares to His able shoulders, and keep your mind in unperturbed restfulness, joyfulness. Inherent propensities are not controlled by command. They are purified and ennobled by diverting them towards God. Remember always that everything that happens is by His will. Everything happens is by His will. Ascribe calamities as well as pleasing happenings to Him, and be contented to live as He wills you do. He willed it, that is the way you should live. So it is His will only, it is going on. So I should happily live, but very difficult. Our mind comes, me and mind enters. Then it starts thinking, it will take us somewhere. We forget everything. Though we will be chanting, we will be trying to remember, but that moment we forget. Ascribe calamities as well as pleasing happenings to Him, and be contented to live as He wills you do. As He wills you do. Some kind of apparent cause is required to stimulate the love of God, that is dormant in the heart. Some kind of apparent cause is required to stimulate the love of God, that is dormant in the heart. Pilgrimage to holy places and association with holy persons are such a common cause. Even Sri Rama performed such pilgrimages and met holy persons. So that is why people go to some temples or ashrams, meeting Mahatmas. That all will help us to hold on this. To associate with the saints and the saintly with some ulterior motive at the back of the mind is not the proper thing to do. A saint may occasionally grant a mundane wish, but by and large, his object is to create in you disgust for worldly interest, and thereby the heart may be purified and elevated by mere association with such noble minds. So the Guru may be in the beginning stages when we go, he may grant our wishes, worldly wishes and worldly objects. But his main motto is to awaken us, lift us up from the present level to the higher level. That is his motto. The ultimate aim of all religious austerities, all penance, is a burning desire to surrender unreservedly to God. The ultimate aim of all religious austerities, all penance, is a burning desire to surrender unreservedly to God. One who so utterly surrenders himself no longer remains distinct and separate. His identity merges into God. To achieve this is the goal of Paramartha. You should never feel hesitation in admitting that you are the disciple of your Sadguru. You may be sure you are under my protection. I am immune to both pleasure and pain, and yet I feel sorry when you feel distressed or depressed. So take care never to feel distress or depression. I am perfectly aware of the common man's worries, and it is with this full awareness that I exhort you to devote yourself to Namasmarana. I have said it before and I say it again. Be what you may, but never give up the Lord's name. Wherever we are, whichever condition we are, we should take the name of the Lord. We should never leave it. Approach God with a childlike heart. Who lives in this world without doing some action, even if it were nothing more than breathing? So nobody can live without doing any action. Breathing, it is happening, it is everywhere. And yet none of these actions is thoroughly complete because it lacks the correct basis. We perform many actions mechanically, functionally, without knowing why. Both knowledge and devotion are necessary for correctly and fully understanding who or what I am. One may discuss threadbare the philosophical statement, it is Brahman alone which is the true reality, all else, all creation is but a shadow, and yet experiencing that reality involves some action. Religious service only become effective if we recognize the true nature of God. This calls for an undoubting faith in the Sadguru or a saint. Faith just like that of a child feeling at the mother's breast. This calls for undoubting faith in the Sadguru or a saint. Faith just like that of a child feeding at the mother's breast. What can be achieved by such simple, unadulterated, blind faith cannot be attained through the eyes of knowledge. So approach God with the trust of an infant in its mother. You just see any child, it's so free. Never thinks of any need, because she knows mother is there behind, She never gets worried, She feels hungry, she'll ask mother. She knows mother will give. Never had any worry. What hinders such an approach is my knowledge, my wisdom. God enforces devotees freely because they approach Him with a childlike mind. Many are the ways to attain God. The saints advocate the simple way of constant awareness of God. The saints advocate the simple way of constant awareness of God. That is, we may go through worldly life so far as the body is concerned, provided we give our heart and soul entirely to God. So body, mind may be working in the world, family level, professional level, and societal level. But undercurrent, God thought should be there. Many are the ways to attain God. The saints advocate the simple way of constant awareness of God. That is, we may go through worldly life so far as the body is concerned, provided we give our heart and soul entirely to God. Nothing will be of real avail unless the mind becomes steadfast, and that can happen only when it has an objective which is itself steady and everlasting, and the faith in it is unshakable. Faith is necessary for achieving anything in the prapancha, just as love is necessary. The prapancha is at all to be worthwhile. A man is what his faith is, irrespective of his station in life. We should trust in God and follow our worldly duties fearlessly without fighting shy of them. So if we have trust, everything takes place. If the queen bee of a hive is removed, the thousands of workers and drones that inhabit the being automatically leave it. So too, if the body I am feeling is got rid of, I am the body. That is the problem. If that is the feeling is got rid of, the host of thoughts, fancies, doubts, the drum, the mind will automatically vanish. The knowledge that comes when one is free of the body I am I. Feeling is alone, true, and all pervading. And it is this knowledge that brings perpetual self-sustaining contentment. I am not the body, I am the power of God which is there in everybody, in everything, that Shakti, that energy. Scientifically it is an energy. One energy expressing through all names and forms in everybody's heart as indwelling reality. The knowledge that comes when one is free of this body area, feeling, is alone true and all pervading. And it is this knowledge that brings perpetual self-sustaining contentment. And this pure contentment is the true vision of God. Anusandhana found how to maintain it. Whatever stands highest in our affection and closest to the heart's attainment naturally becomes part and parcel of our very being. It is so deeply ingrained that it occupies not only our subconscious self but lies in the unconscious, and we are not even aware that it is there. We are literally one with it. It so thoroughly pervades our existence. Imagine that we are going in great hurry with the mind preoccupied and somebody hails us by name. We invariably turn the head to look. So completely are we one with the body and the name. We do not have to be tutored for it. We love the body with the highest intensity, as a matter of course. So this is a result of our ego, which makes us ignorant of the fact that we are basically identical, not with this mortal body, but with the elemental, eternal, cosmic soul. It requires supreme effort to rekindle this true knowledge. Indeed, the true goal of human life is to realize this identity. This can be achieved only by keeping God in the foreground ceaselessly. Undercurrent should be maintained. Then only it is possible. In every act and thought, filling our entire being with as indelible awareness of God. As a circus show, we watch animals do various acts. As a circus show, we watch animals do various acts. We marvel at their skillful performance, express our admiration by clapping. But the performing animals themselves pay scant attention to our applause. Their attention is wholly focused on the signals the trainer makes with his whip and what do we humans do? We consider with the utmost concern the reaction of other people, completely ignoring God, the real manager of the entire universe. If we reverse our concern, we shall easily understand what he should like or up to. If we keep him ever uppermost in mind, we shall automatically be doing what he desires. All that is needed is never to lose sight or awareness of him. Never lose sight of or awareness of him. And physically act as duty demands. This can be achieved solely, easily, naturally by extreme, unwavering, single-pointed love. Such love alone gives true anusandhana or super awareness, unconscious awareness. A mother, having bathed and fed the child, loves it to sleep, puts it into the cradle, and then proceeds with the usual household chores. This is, the child is the normal thing, They prepare the child, give bath and all, feed, and then put it in the cradle, Apparently engrossed in work, she is still alive to the puniest little veil of her baby. We should love God with similar intensity and similarly maintain constant, dominant awareness of Him. That is Anusandhana. So, whichever activity we are engrossed, we are doing, undercurrent, it should be there. The mother may be doing so many works, but portion of her mind will be child in the cradle. It will be there. Effortlessly it is there. So God thought should be there like that. Resolve to repeat Nama continuously. Resolve, take a resolve to repeat Nama continuously. Whatever is perceptible to the senses perishes sooner or later. Whatever we see, we are seeing from childhood to till now. Whatever we see, everything is changing, perishable. Maybe now, maybe later after some time. It can never be independent. It is always subject to control by God. And so, we should understand that everything that happens is purely by divine dispensation. Our body is also perceptible and is animated by God. We should therefore maintain constant awareness of Him. It is by Namasmarana that this can be achieved. Constant awareness is possible only through Namasmarana. So you should resolve to live in Nama. You should take a firm resolve. I will live with Nama. If the mind devotes itself to Nama, one finds no difficulty in leaving the body to the vicissitudes the Prapancha may bring, without being affected by either pleasure or pain. Even saints cannot escape Prarabdha, but they face it with equanimity because they have freed themselves from the I am the body feeling. They remember we are not the body. I have a body. Are we the body? Presently we think we are the body, because any pain comes, any problem comes to the body, we think, oh, I am sick, I feel I am sick. The hand is paining, head is paining, leg is paining. So Papa says, your hand, your head, your leg. That means, your hand means the hand which you are having, like a watch. You are not the watch, you have a watch. But that is easy, but thinking that this hand is not me is very difficult. How to do that? So first, intellectual understanding should be there. Presently we feel we are the body, no? Because pain comes, it is, feeling is there, I get the pain, I will be knowing also. No? So I should try to understand intellectually, am I really the body or not? So to understand intellectually, if anything, no, this book we see, book is separate from me, no? I am the seer, book is seen by me, isn't it? Seeing is taking place, no? So any object I see, it cannot be me. See, all these objects, any object I see, it is separate from me, then only I can see, no? Isn't it? The chair is there in front of you. You are able to see, no? You are not the chair. Chair is separately there, that is why you are able to see, isn't it? So, I am the seer, they might be seen by me. The chair is seen by me, isn't it? I am not the mic. Mic is separately there, then only I can see, no? So, anything seen by me, it cannot be me, isn't it? You just see any item, no? Isn't it? It is clear, no? Suppose this mobile is there. I am not the mobile, isn't it? Mobile is separately there. I am able to see also, isn't it? So whatever is seen by me, it cannot be me. That we agree? If we see anything, no? Anything is seen by me, I am the seer, the seen is the object. So when object separately is there, then only I can say I have seen, no? Now, look at our body. Are we able to see? Just see your body. You can see? Then who are you? You are the seer or seen? I am the seer, no? Body is seen by me. That means it has to be separately there from the seer. Then only it can be seen, isn't it? But I don't know where is the seer, but there is a seer, definite, no? Like mobile, like a book, I can see my hand. Definitely it cannot be me, no? It is there, but I am not aware presently, but it is separate. So through some process of sadhana, we will be able to experience this. So Mahatmas, they have undergone some process, they have done sadhana, they got deeply within, experienced that power separately, the seer, they could find. That's why they are able to maintain that equanimity. Samaschittam. We are not, that's why we didn't experience, we know, we heard, we read. So for that we need to do little churning. Some sadhana. So many methods are there, like Ramana Maharishi, with a question, vichara, he went deeper within, then found out. Beloved Papa, Swami Ramdas of this ashram, he took the Nama chanting, Nama Smarana, then through that sound of the Nama, he went deeper and then reached the source, the substratum. So like that, some method. So many methods, so many Mahatmas are there. Whichever suits us, all methods are right, they will definitely take. Every path is the right path because Mahatmas have experienced and brought out the path. It's not simply given, no? So every path is okay. But whatever suits us, we should take one, then we should go through the process. Like in the milk, butter is hiding, but we cannot show butter, no? And it cannot be taken like that, no? There is a process, no? When we go through the process, the butter and ghee, we will be able to see, isn't it? Like that, seer is there. Now we are very sure because he is seen, no? There is a seer, no? So spiritual quest is to find out where is that seer. He is there somewhere, isn't it? He is seeing everything, witnessing everything, seated somewhere, but I don't know where. So that is the quest. So once we know we are that, we are able to stay in that, nothing will get affected. Everything will be there outside same way, but we don't get affected. That's all is the change. Family level, professional level, society level, because we are all staying, no? We go through. But without getting affected, joyfully you will be able to go through. Like Mahatmas, in their life also so many tragedies are there, so many difficulties they have gone through, but cheerfully they have gone through. They won't get affected. Go about your worldly business, but never lose sight of Nama. So whatever we are doing in the world, so we should continue doing. But never lose sight of Nama. Whatever may come as the result of your effort should be accepted cheerfully as divine dispensation. Whatever may come as the result of your effort should be accepted as divine dispensation. So that means, see, I do put my full effort to the work. Whatever result comes, it may be success or failure, cheerfully I will accept because I put the effort, that gives me joy. And the result is not in my hand. The result giver is God. So sometimes we think, no, such a great effort I put, but still no, only failure came. So, but it is coming from Him. So they say, whenever you work as with Ishwararpana Buddhi, that is with gratitude and Samarpana Bhavana to God, because it is that power of God which gave me the strength to do. Otherwise I am a dead body, without that power, without life, I am a dead body. So it is He who is making me to do. So whatever I do as Arpan to Him. Then when result comes, it is coming from Him. I accept as Prasada. Prasada Buddhi. While working, have the attitude of Ishwararpana Buddhi. While accepting, Prasada Buddhi. Then we won't get affected. We put all our effort, we work for it. Then that work will give us the satisfaction, not the result. So go about your worldly business, but never lose sight of Nama. Whatever may come as a result of your effort should be accepted cheerfully as divine dispensation. We are men of the world after all. So we should never spare putting in appropriate effort, but never be carried away by it and forsake Nama. Righteous behavior is a sign you now for spiritual uplift. Do not follow any Tom, Dick or Harry or any person who may be a hypocrite, nor stray from the righteous path. Trust only in a genuine saint. Keep Nama ever on the lips and go through Prapancha with due regard to righteousness. I assure you that one who conducts himself thus will be blessed by Rama. It is a pity that most people profess devotion with an eye on some mundane objective. Few indeed want God for His own sake. Who is a good doctor? One who cures an element which has been given up by others as incurable. The doctor is called good. Great. Similarly, a genuine saint is one who rescues persons who are steeped in passion. To such a saint, one has only to go in utter surrender. Utter surrender. Prapancha today is about the same as it was in bygone times. The most significant difference, however, is that most people then were devout and God-fearing. Whereas today they are less broad-minded, more self-centered. Less broad-minded, more self-centered. Less helpful to each other, less self-sacrificing. Resolve to do what I ask you to do, no more, no less, and say goodbye to all worry in life, for I undertake all responsibility for you. Resolve to repeat Nama continuously. Nama will take care of everything. So, What are the points? Some points we try to recap. What all we learned today. So, in whatever situation, wherever we are, Nama should be there under current. We should not leave our duties. So, whatever we are doing, we should remember it is God's power which is making me to do. And whatever happens in life, it is His will. I accept cheerfully because it is for my ultimate good, which I don't understand. He knows better. And surrendering, complete surrender. Trust. That's why Papa first, when his first book was In Quest of God. Have you read about it? No. You have gone through? Any version. All versions are, all languages they are translated. So when he was going through misery, so then when he asked and cry came, where is rest, where is relief? Then God's voice he could hear, trust me, thou shalt be free. Trust, not faith, trust. There is a difference between trust and faith. When we trust, like a child trusting a mother, then he will take care. So trust and we should never leave Nama. We should have continuously another term, Nama. Nama will take us to the higher wings. So Namasmarana, surrendering. Then accepting what all is happening by His will alone for my ultimate good. So like a mother, child trust a mother, saying we should trust God. Then He will take care of everything will be fine. So we should never get hesitated. Then always trying to remember this is not me. I am not the body. That remembrance. I am the seer, I am not the seen body. No? We should remember that. So to remember that only Nama chanting helps us. So we will try to pray from bottom of our heart. The Guru is seated within all of us as the indwelling reality to enable us to remember or feel His presence always throughout our waking space and in sleep also. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, pranams to you all. Hari Om.